What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another video for you guys. Now this is just me giving my thoughts. And so I'm always thinking about things. And so I was thinking about the fact that men are just done with modern women and how men are deciding not to cater to women anymore because they realize that it is not worth it. So as we talk about these dating issues and modern dating with modern women, and in 2025, where we see a huge divide between men and women because of the mentality of a lot of educated modern women versus men who are looking for stable relationships and families and want to build with the woman. There is a discrepancy between what women are looking for versus what men are looking for. So as we know, there are a lot of modern women who deem themselves educated and better than most modern average men. So they are looking for the above average man to cater to all of their needs because they had to work hard, build themselves up by themselves. They had to go to college. They had to get it out the mud. So now they believe that they should have a man who makes what they make or more to compensate because they will not deal with a man that they have to work with, that they have to spend their money with. They want a man who's going to be able to come into their lives and change their lives for good. So a lot of modern women who would normally be average otherwise believe that they are above average because of their degrees and that they have jobs and maybe they are entrepreneurs. They feel that they should and that they do qualify for the above average man because they need a man to give them this lifestyle, spend money on them. They think the man has to make money in order for them to take him seriously. And they tend to shun average men who make average money. So now we're in a position to where men are saying, listen, I'm not going to chase behind these women. I don't know who they think they are. Y'all think that y'all are everything since sliced bread, but a lot of men look at y'all as the average women that you actually are. And there's nothing wrong with being average, but when you compare yourselves to average men, they think that they are better for whatever reason. And so they don't feel that a man who is average is on their level. So they're looking for a man who's on their level. But what we're finding out over and over and over again, that the man that you believe is on your level turns around and lets you know in some way, shape, or form that you are not on his level. And women have gotten it misconstrued, thinking that being on a high level man's level means that you have to be educated and you have to have a business and all of this. But those are not the qualities that the above average man is looking for. And a lot of women are figuring this out. They're realizing this because the men that they're going after don't even see them. They're invisible to them. And so now they're wondering why there aren't any good men out here because the men that they want just frankly don't want them. It's not that the good men don't exist. They're not looking for you. So now there's a dilemma. Now you have women out here wondering why men aren't like they used to be. Oh my God, I wish the men was like they used to be. These men are sassy. These men are feminine. They don't want to be a real man. No, what you mean by real man is a man who's going to go out of his way, chase you, do the most to get your attention and to keep you there only for you to just turn around and dog him out and disrespect him and treat him poorly. That's what you want. You want a man to run after you so you can run the opposite way. Because somehow that makes you feel good about yourself. It reaffirms in your mind that you're special and that you're the prize. And this is what all men should be doing. When in actuality, no, that's not what a man should be doing. But unfortunately, we had a group of men at a certain time who thought that they needed to go out their way to please women because women were the prize in their minds. And it's somebody that I want and I'm attracted to her. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get her and keep her. But as the pendulum shifts, you realize that these women are not worth what you think they are. And the juice isn't worth the squeeze. So men are realizing this and are waking up to the true nature of women, and that a lot of these women are playing games and they have been winning these games for so many years that now it's time to shift the narrative that, listen, Meanwhile, there might be some good women out there. A lot of these women are playing games and are looking for a payout. They're looking for a man to give them a lifestyle and take care of them and their kids. And this is something most men don't want to do and refuse to do because they don't think that it's worth it. No man wants to go after and run after a woman to take all his money and pay all her bills. That's not what they're trying to do. It does not benefit you. And on top of that, she doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't want to cook. She don't want to clean. She want to be outside. She want to do things that's going to continuously cost you money. So if you're running behind a woman to constantly pay out all your money till you're broke, that doesn't sound like a win-win situation to me. So now that women are realizing that men are not falling for their games, they're mad and they're pissed about it. And they're trying to low-key figure out what they're going to do because quiet as it's kept, a lot of these educated women are actually very broke, depending on government assistance and depending on credit cards to fund their lifestyles. And now they're in debt up to their eyeballs looking for somebody to come and rescue them. So while men are very familiar with this, men are saying, no, I'm not paying your rent. I'm not paying your daycare. I'm not paying for your child's babysitter. I'm not paying your bills. I'm not paying your car. I'm not doing any of this because that is not my responsibility. Once again, you have women out here crying and shaming men, saying, oh my God, what a real men at, what a real men at, what a real men. No, real men are all around you. You mean where the simps at? Where are the men who are going to be fools for you? And you know that they're fools. This is why you don't respect them. The jig is up. These men are not playing the fool for you anymore. You're going to have to either get it together, find somebody that you really care about and work with them, or just continue to not settle and be by yourself. And that's not hurting men because men are moving their way anyway. They've always had to depend on themselves. While women have depended upon men for years, but act as if they were these boss chicks, that they were doing it all by themselves, when in actuality, you always had a man in your corner who you were playing for a fool to pay your bills, help you start these businesses and everything else. So now the jig is up. You're going to have to really prove what you can do by yourself for real, because most of these men are just not trying to do that. And they're definitely not trying to take on you and your kids, because that's a major responsibility. So yeah, women like to ask the question, why are men chasing me? I like when men used to chase, when men used to run behind us and men were obsessed with us. No, come on now. You think men are just so stupid and that they'll never realize what's going on? No, they're not. They're human beings. They have sense. They see what's happening. Y'all expose your hand and they have no other choice but to listen to what you're saying. So men realize that the juice isn't worth the squeeze and they're not squeezing it. And they're not going to run behind you. Why? You don't really have much for them to want to run behind. And what you're presenting is nothing that most of these men are looking for. A bunch of single mothers who are entitled and want somebody to give them everything. No, these men aren't running behind you to pay your damn bills once again, because that's all it is. You think show something that is worth some value that a man would want to, at least try to court you for, because I don't think anybody should be chasing and running behind anybody, to be honest. But at least present some qualities that a man would do a double take to say, you know what? Oh, she might be different. Oh, that's a good woman right there. I'm going to give her a chance. I'm going to go see what she's working with. Give them something to make them want to come back and want to at least give you a chance. Because right now, it doesn't seem like there's nothing out there that is enticing these men whatsoever. The majority of these men are just trying to smash and dash, if that, because they realize that these are not the type of women that they are looking for long-term, serious, committed relationships, because a lot of these women don't want that. They don't want to be committed. You don't want a man to tell you anything. You don't want to be loyal to one man. You want to have options. You want to be able to have different men for your every need. And so if you have that type of mentality in this day and age, that's not going to be conducive to healthy, stable relationships where you have to be committed to one man and you have to listen to that man and you have to cater to that man. And you have to cooperate with that man. Most women don't want to do that because they don't feel that benefits them. So once again, to answer your question, why aren't men chasing behind you? Because they don't feel that it's worth the chase. And y'all are not giving them something to make them want to even attempt to go that direction. Because all you're offering is ran through bodies, baby mamas, entitlements. You want a whole new life. You want somebody to just spend money on you. And that is not what a real relationship is supposed to be. So if you're not willing to cooperate and change your mentality and understand the importance of a relationship and a man, then go ahead. Then don't settle. Because if that's what y'all thinking it is, y'all settling and you won't settle, then just won't do it. Because I don't think there's a whole bunch of men out there waiting for y'all to, to show up in the first place. We already see these dating events are dry. The men are not showing up. They're not interested. And it's unfortunate because we do need healthy, stable families in our communities. But if women don't want to shape up, then they're going to have to ship out. And it is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe, share this video, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.